back to Devils United. We'll be doing another prediction show for the World Cup. The last prediction show before my couple of weeks away. And I've got Luca with me. Luca, how are you?
I'm not too bad, man. I'm very good, thanks.
Good. I'm looking forward to the show. We're actually doing the teams that I said on the last stream. So, because I got Group C and Group D mixed up, which is that's all good. But before we get into the Premier League, the World Cup predictions, just want to say hey there to Reese who's in the chat. Hope you well and thank you for the donation earlier on. Hey there to Rabbit. I hope you well. Thank you for coming in. And Fabio Vieira is back.
We don't want to talk about Vieira's performance today. So.
Did Fabio even start?
No, he didn't. But I think he was poor, to be honest, when he came on.
What do you expect? He's not playing.
No, he's not. So.
Hey there, Niall. Hope you well. Thank you for coming in, and thank you very much as well. Hey there, Nippard. I hope you well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there again, Chris. Thank you for coming in. I hope you are well. He's also said hi to you, Luca. And hey there to Tarson. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Nippon has asked where your Italian jersey is.
It's not wearing it today, mate. Not wearing it today.
I'm obviously wearing my England top, and Luca knows who's on the back of this shirt. So
I do.
I will leave everyone else to guess who's on the back of my shirt. So we'll go with the predictions. And we'll start with the first game of Group D, which is going to be Denmark versus Tunisia. Would you want to look at both squads before we
let's
make
have a look at
prediction?
both squads, Denmark versus Tunisia.
Okay, so we'll look at the Denmark squad. Okay, so we'll do goalkeeper and defence first. So we've got Kasper Schmeichel, Christiansen, Ron Rowe in the goalkeeper, Anderson, Nelson, Kaká, Ballet, Christiansen, Larsen, and Bar. So there's a couple of players there, of course. Kasper Schmeichel, as we are known that he's first choice goalkeeper for Denmark. Simon, who's from Milan. Christiansen, an ex Chelsea player. So there's some good players there for goalkeeper and defence.
For me, right, I look at it like you've got Denmark were very, very, very good in the Euros last year, 2021, right? Got to the semi-finals of the European Championship, Maisy, right? No one expected Denmark to put on a very good display. They're a good team, Denmark. They're half decent. They're okay. They're one of those teams where people underestimate them. And Denmark, for me, they've got some decent players. Whereas they've got Christian Eriksen, right? Captain of the team, brings a lot of experience. They've got Thomas Delaney as well. They've got a decent squad. And look, it's a good job they don't have Nicholas Bentner up front, otherwise things would have been all carnage. So, but no, I think Denmark will get out of this group. I reckon possibly they can get quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, maybe.
There is, and you've already touched on a little bit in terms of the midfield and forward players. You've got Jensen from Brentford, the lady from Seville.
Brentford, Denmark FC, aren't they?
So. Christian Eriksen, who is the best midfielder in the Premier League. Billing from Bournemouth, Was Holberg from Tottenham Hotspur, Brathwaite from Espanyol, Holson from Club Brugge, Dolber from Seville, Damsgaard from Brentford, Lindstrom from Frankfurt, and Holsjun from Atalanta. So we already know of Damsgaard, a very impactful player for Brentford. you know how Christian Eriksen has already touched
Of
on
course,
how
yeah.
he's working in that Manchester United midfield. Oldberg, who I think is a fantastic defensive midfielder for Tottenham Hotspur. And another one who sticks out is Jensen as well, because the thing is with Jensen, I'm sure he could play in multiple positions too.
For me, I look at it, right, you've got like different positions you can play in that type of midfield, right? You've got Jensen who can play as well, right? He's a good player. You've got Martin Brainwaith. Did he play for Barcelona?
I'm sure he did play for Barcelona, yeah. Yeah. Let me just get him up.
I see Martin Brainwaith as an. Why has he gone down from
Yeah,
Barcelona to Espanyol?
he used to be a Barcelona player and he moved to
For
Espanyol.
me, 5 goals in 44.
Isn't Espanyol their rivals as well?
Yes, it's their rival. Espanyol and Barcelona is quite connected. It's more of their rivals in Spain.
That doesn't make
But 5 goals
sense.
in 44 appearances is crap, in my opinion. Like, it goes to show that he isn't a good striker. But to get
No.
10 goals in 62 appearances, it's not
Mm.
great, but at least he's got 10 goals. The thing is with Denmark is they don't really have clinical strikers that are going to score more than 10 goals. Like, as you can see,
Damsgaard
we've
is
got
looking good though, and he's still only very young.
he's very young, but how is he going to be able to score more goals?
With game time, I can imagine.
Possibly. But
But
I look. Yeah, go on.
go on, what was you gonna say?
Now, basically, what I was saying was when you look at Denmark's contributing goals, like Martin Brainworth, Andreas Skoff Olsen, all these strikers right there don't score like 15, 20 goals. Even Reece says in the chat, Denmark don't need clinical strikers. They have set piece. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why Denmark don't score goals. They've got other positions who can win the game. When is the
If
last time Denmark had a proper decent striker?
I
Not Lord Bentner, because he's rubbish. So clearly there's got to be someone better that Denmark have had over the years.
I'm sure though that they've been good in terms of the games that they have been playing. They are getting wins, and I think they're quite a underrated side.
They are, but they got to the semi-finals of a European Championship and they've done very, very, very well. But how will they be able to actually do that in the World Cup?
I
You've
think they
got,
can. I think they can easily reach the knockout stages though, without a
yeah,
doubt.
I'd say quarterfinals, depending who they get.
Do you want to look at Tunisia's squad?
Yes, let's have a look at their squad. Probably won't know any of their players.
I actually only know one of their players.
Let's have a look, see if I know anyone.
So we'll go on to goalkeepers and defence. Dabachi,
One
Damen,
player I
said,
know. One player and that's it. And
Itha, Tabali, Abdi, Ganache, Bron, Uades, Malune, Rekik,
that
Raga.
Omar Rekik, did he play for Liverpool or Norwich?
He's played for Arsenal.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, do you not remember your player?
God knows. There was someone similar to that played for someone. Someone signed for Liverpool but went to Norwich. I can't bloody remember. And he didn't even get a lot of games.
I know who you mean. The
Can't
centre
remember.
back.
Yeah, what was his name?
Oh, I know what he's called. I know exactly
Jesus,
who you mean.
what's his
He came on
name?
loan. Enlighten
Reese
me,
will tell me in the
please.
chat. Surely,
Ravi
please help.
Chris. Ravi Chris, the centre back who you got on loan. He played a lot of games. It's called Omar something. You
What's his
know exactly.
name?
You'll know who I mean, Chris or Ravi, if you're still there. So whilst we wait for them, we'll continue with the rest of the squad. Mohamed Raga, Mafuli, Crab, and Valeri. Do you know any of them from defence
That
or
Valeri
midfield?
rings a bell, but the rest, not really.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's
Prediction wise, I think Denmark are going to win 2-0 in this game. I don't think Tunisia are not going to get anything out of this game. I think Denmark have got enough quality to win this game.
that's fine. The one who you was thinking about, I am sure that he's from Turkey. By the way,
Must be, surely.
he is a Turkish player. But yeah, the one who I actually know from the squad, he's actually plays in the midfield. Hannibal Menjabi. He's
Yeah, that's the one from Birmingham, yes.
yes,
Do
he's
you think
Manchester
he'll go to the
United
World
player on
Cup?
loan. Yeah, well, I think he will get in the World Cup 100%, especially knowing that
Ozan
he is
Kabak, that's it.
yeah, that's it, yeah.
Big up Reese, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he'll definitely go to the World Cup. He was in the squad that helped him get into the World Cup.
Well, he did because he's done very well for Birmingham. Yes, he's only made 18 appearances, no goals. But however, he's done very well for Birmingham, and he's a talented player.
I think though, once he gets that physical strength, because I think that's the only thing what's lacking out of Menjabi at the moment, and I think somewhere like Birmingham will do the favour, and I think he will be a fantastic midfield for Manchester United. So you're going for 2-0 for Denmark. I'm gonna
Yeah,
up it. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 for Denmark.
fair enough.
We'll see, go through some of the comments as well to see what people are saying. Um.
Exactly, Reese.
Hey there, Diggs, by the way, 7, I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Reese has gone for 2-1 for Denmark. Niall's gone for 2-0 for Denmark. Hey there, Henry, who's in the chat. I hope you're well. Denmark should win this game 100%. Hey there, Vincent. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there to I Like Coffee. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. People's guessing who's on the back of my shirt. I Like Coffee said, we beat Spurs. Luca must be happy.
Yes, but I'm happy that Tottenham lost to Newcastle today. I was very disappointed in Arsenal's game today. If you haven't gone and said what I said, I had Stephen and Mel on the channel. Go and have a look at it on the channel if you like, and give you my thoughts on the game. And but no, thanks for the comment. I like coffee.
Reese said Denmark will get quarterfinals.
Sounds about right.
Chris said Denmark have a good spine on them and have the momentum from the Euros. Yeah, they done absolutely fantastic in the Euros. I think they was just unlucky in the long run, to be honest. And question for both: would you say Damsgaard is Eriksen's hair? I don't know because
Not
Eriksen's going to be
sure.
there for a long time, isn't he? And Damsgaard for me
Yeah.
plays more forward than what Christian Eriksen plays, in my opinion. Hey there to Liam. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. Eriksen gave Ireland nightmares a few years back. Yeah. Roy Keane mentioned it on the Roy Keane mentioned it. Hey there to Solo. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming into the chat. Yeah, Hannibal Menjabi is on loan to Birmingham. Just a year loan deal, so just gives him that bit more game time and to improve in certain areas. Hey there to Matthew. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there, Tarzan. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. What's Hannibal Lecter doing place for Tunisia? I Like Coffee has gone for 2-0 for Denmark. Henry's gone for 2-0 for Denmark as well. So, we'll go into the next game now, which is France versus Australia. Do you want to
Yeah.
look at the squad for both as well?
Can we have a look at both of them, please?
Yes, so take your pick. Which one you want to look at first?
Australia, please.
Okay. Okay, so here's the Australia squad. So in goal, Langreck, Redmayne, and then defence, Denneck, Atkinson, King, Deng, Delbridge, Strain.
Jesus, I don't know any of the Australian players.
No, no. And looking at that squad, I don't know like what you think about this, but I think it's quite a small squad, really.
I think it's very, very small. I think it's a bit lethargic. I think it's just a bit. It's not even that great. I don't know any of the players for Australia. They're not the players what we used to know, like Harry Kewell, Lucas Neal, all these players. These are not players. Mark Viduka as well. Like these aren't players who we used to know back when Australia had some good players. How the hell have they qualified for a World Cup? I do not know. I really don't. So, with these type of players, they should not be in a World Cup.
Niall
But
said he knows a couple of them from the Scottish League, so I can imagine he knows
fair enough.
Bacchus for one. Is that Martin Boyle as well? You may know, but no, there's not really many that stick out for me. A lot of them are quite on the older side as well, really, isn't it?
I don't know any of these players.
And Chris said he only knows Mitchell Duke. Mitchell Duke. Yeah. Let's not go into that squad too much because we
No,
know
because
nothing
I don't
about that
know any
squad.
of the players.
We'll go into the France team now. So I know Reese has already mentioned a goalkeeper. This is based off the last game against Denmark of the squad where I got called up. Lafont, Madanda, Ariola in goal. Pavard, Salibia, Baran, Jules Koundé, Upacano, Claus, Badishil, Furlan Bender, and Truffert. Of course, you know Salibia
Of
for
course.
one. That's for sure. What are you thinking of that goalkeeper and
I think with
defense?
Hugo Lloris dropped,
I
yes, a
think
lot of
he'll come back in though.
so do I, so
Mike
do I, because
Mangum
that's
will
not
come in.
really the upgrade of the 25-man, 23-man squad of the World Cup. That's just recent from the Nations League. I think with that France goalkeeper, I think you do need to add Hugo Lloris.
And
Yes,
Mike Mangum from AC Milan for me.
yes, you do, because he's a very good goalkeeper. So with Lloris, right? Yes, people have criticised him because of his age. He's been at Tottenham. He's been France's longest servant, but he's an experience. You're playing in a World Cup. You need your experienced players that have won tournaments. He's a World Cup winner. He won the last World Cup. So you've got to add Lloris in there. For defence, is there anyone who I can really add? I know all of them apart from two players, apart from the player from Rennes and Monaco. But the rest, I know all of them. I think out of that team, the only defence I can really see France calling up. Well, you've got Saliba, you've got Varane, you've got
But
Koundé.
Varane could potentially miss the World Cup depending on how his injury is.
Yeah, it's only 3 weeks.
And isn't the swear word Koulibaly French?
Yes. I think Theo Hernandez should be in that France squad. He's a very good defender. I think you need to throw in someone like that. He needs to be in that squad because he's a very good defender. Lucas Digne possibly maybe in the squad as well. Midfield.
Koulibaly is Senegal.
Yeah, he is. Midfield.
Midfield and the attack.
I think Paul.
yeah.
I know people might really criticise me on this, but I
Oh.
think Paul Pogba deserves to be called up.
He's injured anyway.
Yeah, he has been very injured, but he's got that
But
experience.
he's still injured now.
How long has he been out for?
He's been out since like pre-season.
Possibly.
I think he'll miss it. And you know what? If he misses it, good. Because that's what it's karma at the end of the day for the way he's treated Manchester United. He does not deserve to be in that France squad and go far. His ego went boom ever since he's won the World Cup, especially. He's not good enough. He's crap. He'll be literally looking like an absolute fraud if he went to the World Cup because there's no N'Golo Kante.
No, I understand that, yes, because the way he treated Manchester United was bizarre. And you don't need Pogba in your team. You really don't need Pogba at Manchester United because you're going to get some individual fans saying, oh, we could have done with Pogba yesterday. He's a game changer. He always changes the game in big games. Don't matter. Don't matter. Does he turn up every single game? No. Is he consistent? No. Doesn't matter whether you only turn up for big games in big moments. It's about consistency. It's about give the other people a chance.
People think because he won player of the tournament for the Europa League, they think he's world class.
He clearly isn't.
He literally turned up in the final. That does not make him player of the tournament. Mkhitaryan carried us in that Europa League. Zlatan was fantastic. But Paul Pogba gets the praise. The only other good game, Pogba's only ever had 2 good games at Manchester United. One, the 3-2 win against Manchester City, where he got 2 goals and Chris Smalling scored the 3rd. And the other one is when he got them 4 assists for Leeds, against Leeds.
He had a good game against Arsenal once, didn't he?
It might be Jesse Lingard you're thinking about when he turned the Emirates into a dance floor.
But France's forwards, before I get on to France's forwards, when you look at that midfield,
let's talk about it.
Guendouzi, that is the potential, very, very good young potential France squad. It's like watching Vieira, Petit, all these type of midfielders, right? I know people can't say why you compared to them, but they remind me of them because they're young. You've got Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Guendouzi. That's a very, very good, strong midfield for France. Yes, you've got no Kante in there, but Kante's old, and he isn't going to a World Cup.
Is Benzema injured or not? Because he would be a great addition to have for that France squad.
He scored the other day, didn't he?
And I'm sure I heard he got injured, but I'm not 100%. People might have to vouch for me on that one. But Giroud is fantastic for the Milan side. Mbappe, you know that even if he was in the worst form ever and he never scored this season, he would have got into that squad just because it's Mbappe.
Well, he was, because Olivier Giroud brings a lot of contribute for France, right? Look at that stat, 49 goals and 114 appearances. It's very good for Olivier Giroud, right? So I think Giroud, what he's done now is he's learned quite a lot over the years. When he first came to Arsenal 10 years ago, people were questioning about him. Is he the right man? When Arsenal made him good, and then he went to Chelsea, and he done very well. And then AC Milan, he won in the league. He won the Serie A. And for me, Giroud deserves to be in that place. And he's a very good Plan B squad. He is a very good player. And Olivier Giroud, right, was good. He's good. He's a Plan B striker. And he's 35 years old, right? For me, right now, right, I know a lot of people are going to say to me, oh, Luca, he's old. And I know he won't come because AC Milan. But I would go for Olivier Giroud. I wouldn't mind possibly maybe Olivier Giroud back in January.
The thing is, he'll always be, what do you call it? He'll always be a substitute option.
Yeah. To me, is it really worth bringing a 35-year-old striker in January? I don't know, but Giroud for me, he's been at Arsenal before. He's won, obviously, the Champions League and the Europa League, I think, with Chelsea. Or we won the Europa League, which I'm not sure if he won.
He definitely won the Europa League with Chelsea. Right, I'm going to get Giroud's trophies up. And then you'll be able to see what he's won over the years. So Giroud has won.
I swear he won the Champions League.
He won the World Cup with France, the Champions League with Chelsea.
Yeah, I thought he did.
He won the French League in 2011-12 with Montpellier. He won the league with AC Milan. He won the Europa League with Chelsea. He won the UEFA Nations League with France. He won 4 FA Cups, 3 being at Arsenal, 1 being at Chelsea, and he won 3 Community Shields with Arsenal.
So the only trophy he hasn't won
It's the
is the
Premier
Cup
League.
and the League Cup.
Yeah, he hasn't won the League Cup or the Premier League.
Yeah, so that's the only thing he hasn't done in his achievable.
He's done everything. He's won all the other leagues he's been at.
Would anyone take Olivier Giroud in January if he was available? If you really needed an emergency striker, or would you be like, no, look at his age?
I'd like him, but I like to think of long term though, under the same breath. It's just like we've always got the panic of we need again an older striker. It worked out with like Zlatan. Cavani was
Cavani as
brilliant,
well.
but the thing is that you want to think about long term future, which is for instance what Arsenal's done with Gabriel Jesus.
But Jesus hasn't been Jesus has not been scoring goals recently, and that's getting a bit concerned. People have been saying everywhere and slating him, saying he's the next Lacazette. Like, is that a bit concerning at the moment with Jesus?
I am not going to say anything after that comment. I'm really not. But, right, France and Australia have never played against each other, ever. So this is their first ever time. I'm going for a 4-0 for France.
For me, 3-0 France.
3-0 France. Fab. Let's see what other people are saying as well. Niall's gone for 4-0 France. Reese has gone for 4-0 France. Reese said Mike Mangan better get French number 1 or otherwise they're toast. Chris has gone 4-0 France. That's me being nice as I can do the Australian accent. Australia are terrible. Hey there to my dad. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Henry said 5-0 for France and Mbappe hat-trick. Let's see what other people are saying. Kulo is the player to watch for Australia. Is that who Newcastle's recently signed, if I'm not mistaken? Don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
Let's see what other people are saying. Pogba is finished. You can say that again. Guendouzi CDM touch 2 minute and Camavinga in midfield. Pogba still injured. Shock horror. Completely agree. Treated Man United awful. Yeah, he got injured in pre-season, and I could tell it's a legit injury because he won't get injured for his precious Juventus. So, Mkhitaryan 100% our best player in the Europa League. Say it louder. Agreed. Papa only cares about his bank statement. Forest, much better team against Liverpool. The player who scored for Forest used to play for Liverpool. I like coffee. Son could have had 3-4 goals, but he needed more coffee. Niall said, Scubber Luca, Sanchez was better at Man United than he was at Arsenal. Same with Van Persie and Mkhitaryan. I completely disagree with the Mkhitaryan comment. I just want to say because the Sanchez comment because Sanchez was not better at Manchester United.
Yeah, but Sanchez. Yeah, but Sanchez was.
Sorry, just to say he was one of the biggest flops in Manchester United history. By the way. He was miles better player at Arsenal. I do think he was better. Van Persie was better at Manchester United, and I do think Mkhitaryan was. But
Van Persie was good at Arsenal as well. The trouble is,
he was great at both. But the thing is that Robin Van Persie went and he helped us win the Premier League, our last Premier League title.
Well, he did because when Van Persie was at Manchester United, he won the Premier League title before Man United turned crap. And for me, when he was at Arsenal, that season before the 12-13 season, when he went to Manchester United, won the title, boom, just like that. And the 11-12 season, when he scored and then got golden boot for Arsenal, that was his very, very last season where Van Persie hardly got injured that season, where he scored at Stamford Bridge and beat Chelsea 5-3 in 2011. He scored at Anfield the last time when Arsenal won at Anfield in 2012. So for me, Van Persie contributed very well, and that's why when he was at Manchester United, he was very, very, very good and won the league. And with Alexis Sanchez, right, we made Alexis Sanchez good.
Agreed.
We made him good. And do you know what's funny about that, right? I was at his last away game against I think it was West Bromwich Albion, right? In 2017, I was there and we drew 1-1. And I watched Alexis Sanchez score in his last very away game, right? And for me, Sanchez, right? Yes, it was disappointing we got rid of him. Yes, he wanted to leave because he wanted to win trophies and Arsenal weren't showing ambitious back then. And we have improved so far, so good compared to now, because that was 5 years ago. But for me, Sanchez was crap at Manchester United. And the reason why he was crap at Man United, because he didn't suit the system. He didn't fit well at Manchester United. And Reece makes a very good comparison point. It's the wages. Sanchez wants a lot of money, right? And you may be banging goals in a Farmers League now, right? Because your career is done out here, Alexis.
Reese has said a lineup. Manga, Pavard, Kunde, Lucas, Handes, Fiora Handes, Guendouzi, Tukamene, Camavinga, and Kuku, Mbappe, Giroud. It's a strong lineup.
To me, that's a very, very good formation. That's what I like to see. I
don't like no 4-4-2. 4-4-2, not for me.
No, you don't.
No.
For me, 4-4-2 is an old school formation.
It's an old school, horrible formation.
People don't use that formation anymore, Maisy. People don't use that.
Only Sean Dyche's Burnley uses it. Well, and look what happened to Sean Dyche's Burnley. They got relegated. 4-4-2 should just simply be erased out of football. It's shocking. Yeah. I like coffee like Sine Guendouzi. Vincent's gone for 2-2. My dad's gone for 3-1. Tarson's gone for 2-0. I like coffee has gone for 5-0. Let's see what other people. Yeah, so we'll go as well with the next game. You went for 3-0 to France. I went to 4-0 for France. Tunisia versus Australia. For Tunisia versus Australia, this is actually the first ever meeting between each other. But I think it's going to be a tough one because I don't know too much about either team. So I'm going to come in like a bit how you'd like to call it a blind date. Like, you literally don't have a clue what's going to happen.
For me, with this game, right, like, on paper, I think Tunisia are going to win this game because you look at the two squads, right? I only know like one or two players for Tunisia. Australia, I don't hardly know. Why someone put 3-3 in the chat? You mad? No chance. They're not that good. Mate, we'll be seeing a flipping contest if this happened, mate. Mate, watching this, it's 3-3, mate. It'd be like a paint dry game. I reckon this game would probably be 1-0 either way. I think it's going to be 1-0 Tunisia, to be honest.
1-0 Tunisia. I've actually gone for the opposite. So. I've gone for 1-0 for Australia.
You reckon Australia are going to get 3 points?
I just have a feel. I think it's just going to be a boring game, and like it's just going to be.
I ain't watching that type of game. If anyone does a watch along for that, Jesus, you must be happy.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? But the last games that Australia has played, they hardly have ever scored in it. Like they've won 1 against China, 4-0 against Vietnam, 2-2 against Oman, 2-0 loss against Japan, 1-0 loss against Saudi Arabia, 2-1 win against Jordan, 2-1 win against United Arab Emirates, and 0-0 against Peru. So they don't tend to score a lot of goals.
Not really, because for me, both teams don't really score a lot of goals. whereas we don't know any of the basics of Australia's squad. So it goes to show these type of teams are not going to get out of the group. That's why when you have quality like France or Denmark that have been into further tournaments, they will go through. Whereas Tunisia and Australia, I'm not just saying it from bias, I'm just saying we don't know any of the players, but France and Denmark have got so much quality around the pitch compared to those two. And for me, I'm going for France and Denmark to qualify.
100%. We'll do our table prediction though nearer to the
That's
end.
fine.
In terms of scores, Reese has gone for a 1-1 draw. This game will be boring as hell. I like Coffee's gone for 3-0 for Australia. Niall's gone for 2-1 for Tunisia. Chris has gone for 1-0 to Tunisia. My dad's gone for 2-2 draw. Tarson's gone for 3-3. He loves my analogy. Kulu to destroy Tunisia. I'm sure you'd like that. I like coffee. This was the sort of game where I'd rather go and wash the dishes. 1-0 Tunisia, own goal, but only goal scorer.
What?
The goalkeeper is gonna do an own goal.
God.
Oh, imagine if Chris was right. That was just,
Imagine.
wow. Henry, Tunisia would need to get something from this game. If they lose against France, which they will, so I'm going to go for a possible 1-0 for Tunisia. France, Denmark, Australia, Tunisia, but I like coffees. Same is gone. What? Same what? Tunisia 2-0. Imagine 3-3 all own goals. 6 own
Imagine
goals.
that.
That'd be crazy.
Mate,
Wow.
that would get me out of my seat. Honestly, that would make me scream.
Nothing better though than Germany doing an own goal, innit,
How funny would it
Reese?
be if both teams scored from corners? It would be like what, Douglas Luiz?
Douglas Luiz, eh? Let's go to the next game, which I think is going to be the game of the group, France versus Denmark. So in terms of France versus Denmark, they have played against each other because I actually seen it myself.
For me,
So they played quite a few times. I'll let you know what the scores
yeah.
have been. So in 2015 match, France won 2-0. Then in October 2015, France won 2-1. Then in June 2022, Denmark won 2-1. And then in September this year, Denmark won 2-0. So it's quite even.
For me, this game could be one of those games where, like we expect France to win a game and they'll go and lose to someone crap like 1-0. It's happened in the international friendlies. It's happened in Nations League and qualifications. But on paper, I think France will win the game. I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. I think it's score prediction 2-1 France. I'm going to go for. I think it'd be a really good. I think it will be a really, really good game. But I think France will just have enough to win because of the quality. They got the likes of Nkunku, Olivier Giroud, Mbappe, Griezmann, the young midfielders like Guendouzi, Camavinga, Tuchemeni. They've got so much quality around the pitch. And I'm not just saying Denmark haven't got quality. They've got quality around the pitch. They've got the likes of Christian Eriksen, Kasper Schmeichel, experience whatsoever. This is going to be a really good game to watch, and I'm very looking forward to it. And I'm going to go for a France 2-1 win.
For me, in terms of this game, I think it's going to be based off the battle of the midfield, of who's going to be better in that midfield. And I actually think out of both midfield, if that is going to be based off if that's actually going to be the squad, I actually think Denmark have the stronger squad, and I think they work a lot better as a team. When I do watch France at time to time, they play like 11 individuals on the pitch. They don't play like they are wanting to perform or wanting to get results. So I've gone for the same scoreline 2-1, but I've gone for Denmark to win 2-1.
That's very good, man. That's very good, honest. I like that.
Let's go on to the scoreline. What people have said in the chat. Hey there, Football Power Hour. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming into the chat. Niall's gone for 3-2 for France. Chris has gone for a 1-1 draw. Ravi said, "Lol, Luca screaming. That would be something to hear." Our Football Power Hour has gone for a bold prediction here. France not making out the group stages.
Eh?
He doesn't think France will be making out the group stages.
Mate, tell us why. Why?
I'd love to know. It would be mad if they didn't know. Reese has gone for 2-2 draw. I Like Coffee's gone for a 4-3 win for France. My dad's gone for a 3-2 win for Denmark. Reese said France to get last 16. Did you say 3-2 to France? Sorry, or 2-1?
Nah, I went for 2-1 France.
Okay. Henry's gone for a 2-2 draw as well. Chris said, "Whoever does a watch along for Tunisia versus Australia, bloody need people to comment in the live chat to keep them entertained."
Depends how many people you get watching. You might only get one person watching the whole stream on that.
Might get some Australians watching or Tunisians.
If you put loads of hashtags on it, yeah.
Here's a good question. I know my dad asked it. Reese, who do you think's gonna win the World Cup? It's gonna be a difficult one.
For me,
right?
Brazil. For me, Rob, right, you make a very good comment, right? And I hope you're listening to this, right? I think Brazil will win the competition, and I'll tell you why. Because the South American team does very well in a major tournament, right? Brazil have got so much quality around the pitch. Think about their midfield. They've got Manchester United's Casemiro. They've got Paqueta from West Ham. They've got Guimaraes from Newcastle. They've got
Anthony from Man United.
Spurs. Yeah, Brazil have got a Fred from Manchester United. So
and Fred gets in over a lot of midfielders, and he's mad.
He does, and I think Brazil or Argentina will win it. To me, I would love to see Argentina win it. I would love to see Messi win a World Cup. That's the only trophy he's not achieved. Because I don't want Brazil winning it, man. Because Brazil will have 6 stars.
I Like Coffee. I said Brazil versus Germany would be an awesome fixture.
What, just to get battered 7-1 again?
I'd say, oh, Germany's get battered.
No, yeah, this time around. For the comparison compared to the opposition, where Brazil got smashed 7-1 when David Luiz was crying in 2014.
Oh yeah, Germany won it, didn't they? Oh,
yeah, they did.
Well, hopefully it might be the opposite way round. Vincent has gone for 3-2 for Denmark. Good evening, Glenn. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming into the chat. Not seen you there for a while. I Like Coffee said even Joe Linton can't get a spot. That's like how much the squad depth are. Glenn said, "I agree with Luca. Brazil are looking looking good. 5 World Cups without any success would be strange for them." Let's go to the next team now. Next game, Australia versus Denmark. Again, they've never played against each other, but I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a win there for Denmark. To be fairly honest, I've gone for a 2-0 win for Denmark.
It's gonna be like, I don't know how to describe it. I think there'll be goals in this, but I do think Denmark will have a slight. I think Australia can give them a good game. I really do. But how much I just said moments ago that Australia have, I don't know any of these players, but I think Denmark will win 2-1.
2-1. I'd gone for 2-0 for Denmark anyway.
2-0 sounds a realistic scoreline.
I can't see where they're going to get their scoreline, the 1 goal from, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Let's see what other people are saying as well. Chris said, "Wouldn't be surprised to see first time winner of the World Cup, the most unpredictable World Cup yet. England to win the World Cup."
I doubt it, but you never know.
Got more chance than Italy, eh?
Yeah, but but it's different. Then they'll be back.
Reese said, I was watching that game in between Brazilian fans wearing the Germany shirt with Muller on the back. But I sat with the Argentinas for the final with my Goretzka shirt on. Niall's gone for 3-0 for Denmark. Chris has gone for the save, 3-0 Denmark. Reese has gone 3-1 for Denmark. Henry's gone 2-1 for Denmark. My dad's gone for 4-1 for Denmark. I like Coffee's gone for a 2-2 as well. So we'll do the last game of the group. Tunisia versus France. Gotta be an easy game for France, surely.
For me, right, I think this is an easy game. France will win this game. I'm going to go for 4-0 France.
Okay. I'm gonna go for 3-0.
3-0 you're going to go for?
I'm gonna go 3-0. I think knowing that they'll probably qualify by then, they'll be probably happy and just leave it as that. So you gone 4-0. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll put a 4-0 on. No, England getting knocked out is not a shock. I was saying England to win the World Cup. I wasn't trolling us. I was saying we'll win it.
She's trying to be passionate. You understand?
I'm being patriotic. I've even got the England shirt on.
Yes, because she's got the best midfielder for England apparently. So
exactly. Niall's gone for 4-1 for France. Chris has gone 4-0 France. Reese has gone 5-0 France. Alec Coffey's gone for Tunisia to win. I said Annabelle to score. That'd be mad. That'd be absolutely mad if that's the case. I'd love to see it though, while I Coffee, just so we could get one over on France and Pogba. Henry's gone for 4-0 France. My dad's gone 6-0 France. Well, the women will win the World Cup. Very true. Yes, we will do. We've already got our group announced as well. It's a pretty good group. Boo, says Reese. And then Reese and Chris are talking to each other. So we'll do our table prediction now. What's your table?
France top the group with 9 points. Denmark to top the group.
You mean second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
France, Denmark, Tunisia, and Australia. Pretty easy.
Okay. I've gone for Denmark, France, Australia, Tunisia. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, pretty much easy. And we'll do our guaranteed goal scorer as well. Who do you think's going to score in that group?
Mbappe.
Easy enough. I'm going to go Nkunku.
Good shout.
Yep, so we'll see what other people are going for as well. France, Denmark, Australia, Tunisia from Reese. I like Coffee. France, Denmark, Australia, Tunisia. Chris has gone Denmark, France, Tunisia, Australia. Football Power Hour, Denmark, France, Tunisia, Australia. Mbappe, Hannibal. I'd love a Hannibal. Nkunku as well there from Reese. Yep, so that is our prediction done for Group D, all locked in. Thank you for coming on. It's been a great show.
Yeah, anytime, man. Always more than welcome to help and plug your channel and always help you grow your channel and everyone else as well. Thank you very much for inviting me on, and I look forward to Group E.
Yeah, we'll be doing Group E. It'll be once I come back from America.
In 16 days.
Well, I fly on Thursday. So I come back on Saturday, the 12th or the 30th, something like that, around the 12th or 13th of November. So I'm away for 16 days. So just trying to get in a couple of streams. So I've got my women's preview tomorrow with Andy and Chloe, and I got a West Ham preview with James, a good friend of mine. So Would you like to shout out your socials, Luca?
Yeah, of course, man. And thank you very much for inviting me on the channel today. If you guys haven't gone and watched my channel today, go and watch my Southampton match reaction. We made a very good stream earlier with Mel and Stephen talking about the match reaction today. Haven't got much content coming out this week, but there is a couple of videos coming out this week. We do take on Nottingham Forest next weekend. So there will be
Get Mr.
on
Door
when
on.
well if he wants to come back on, as long as I don't keep bantering him. But no, what's coming up on the channel is Tuesday. There's going to be a vlog coming out on the channel. Wednesday we've got PSV preview coming out, and Thursday I've got a vlog to go to. So there's quite a couple of videos coming out this week, and make sure you guys keep posted when. Even if I don't, if I schedule it late, you know when I'm live. So there you go. So we're trying to get to 2.5K. So if you haven't gone, subscribe. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. Thank you, Luca, and we'll definitely do this again once I come back. I'll
We
probably
will.
message you whilst I'm in the States anyway, and we'll get
No
something
worries.
arranged. If I message you at 5 in the morning, I dearly apologise.
That's all right.
But
You do know, right? It's only 5 hours behind.
no, it's 8 hours behind.
8 hours. I thought it was 5 in some
No,
places.
I'm 8 hours behind.
Yeah, 8 hours. So that means 8 hours from now would probably be what, 2:42. Jesus.
So, yeah, everyone who's new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, give a subscribe to Luca's channel as well. Great Arsenal content, and as I Like Coffee likes to say, awesome football content. AFC stands for. But thank you all very, very much, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7:15, with me, Andy, and Chloe as we preview Durham and Everton. Take care, and it's a goodbye from me.